Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collecting Man here. Today we've got a pretty cool release out of the Perth Mint. This is the Australian Brumby, something that I think is becoming a pretty good collector's series. And for me, I think this is an absolute banger of one for the series. So I'll go through this, what I like about the coin, go through a bit of details, into some points of interest within this coin as well. I'll also go through the past four and what I think about those, and then touch on where the micro engraving is and a little bit of update of what's coming up within the next month. So let's start off with this one. So this is obviously the 2024 Perth Mint Brumby, Australian Brumby coin. Definitely for me, it looks absolutely amazing. This lightning kind of effect that they've got there, so they're calling it forked lightning, while the Brumby is on barren landscape. So you can see that kind of dried crack ground that we're familiar with when in Australia. You can just think of it in the outback where it hasn't been raining for a long time, and all of a sudden you get this storm coming through, and obviously the noise from the actual lightning is making the Brumby horse jump and jolt around a bit, especially with the electricity through the air. It kind of looks and gives you that sensation, and you can just imagine it. So what I love about this, also some little key things. Obviously you've got the P125, it's 4/9 fine silver. Now one thing I didn't note on this is the faces, the horse face. To me, it isn't a clear kind of horse face when I think about it as well. So there's probably one thing that I think they've probably could have improved on, the way they actually did the horse's mouth and face. But the rest of the horse and the way it's jumping around looks absolutely sensational. I love the way they've got the frosted background with the lightning. It just absolutely pops. And again, our standard effigy of King Charles. So there's also coming out in the next week a coloured version of this, and that is just beautiful. So it's all like purple around here with the coloured horse. So it's like a light brown coloured horse with the purple and the lightning shining through. The coloured version is absolutely mint for me. Only $125 and a very low mintage of 1,500. So for me, the coloured version is probably something that I think would be a good return. Now this one is only minted to 25,000, so very low minted for the Perth Mint when it comes to these kind of releases. So they always are quite collectible, roughly around $54 at the moment from a value point of view. But we're seeing some in the past going up to around $75 plus. So I think these will become quite collectible as a series, and we're still only the 5th year in, so definitely getting in while the series is still new. For me, this is the best one so far in the series. So it started in 2020. The first one was the horse splashing through the water there, as you can see there. Pretty good, iconic, good first one to start off with. The second one that we had was kind of jumping over a little ledge to get to another side of the ledge, so it's always got that kind of jumping feel about it. The third one there we've got with the tree, just moving around with the tree, and then the last one was with the two horses. So that's my second favourite, the one with the two horses in 2023. I kind of like that one. I think that's a nice one to get as well. For me, I'm not going to go back and get the other ones, but I did love this design, and I did think it's a good one. And I think you'll find that these will go pretty quickly when it's out in stock. So I don't know how long it's going to last from a sales point of view. I noticed last week they had already stock in the Perth Mint, but they seem to be back in stock again when I checked today to make the video, once I received this one in the mail today. So I'd love you to chuck in the comments below. Do you like the Australian Brumby? Is it something that you collect as well? Is it something that you're thinking of getting from your aspect? So next we'll go into where the micro engraving is. So that's something that they use for security, to stop people anti-counterfeiting these coins. So it's always a bit of fun to have a look at. Alright, so I'll just bring over my trusty little camera here. So as you can see here, you can see all the detail on the horse. You can really see the way they've done their frosting there. So what we're looking for is up around Australia. As we can see along here, see the L in Australia. You can see right in the middle there's a P in the middle of the L. So a little micro engraving in the P there. So that's the micro engraving that we're looking for to stop anyone counterfeiting the coin. So if you try to look at it like this on the coin, if I can get that, and you try and look for that L, it's near on impossible. I'll take it out of the capsule so we can get a closer look at it and see if we can get a better view. Alright, so you can see it there. So yeah, if you can try and see that L, it would be very, very hard to see that. I'll put it under the microscope now without that missing. You can see it a lot clearer there. Now without the case in there, you can see how clear that P now stands out. It looks almost obvious to see it now. You can see the quality of this coin is just absolutely spot on. They've definitely done a good job in the way they do the quality of these coins. So very happy to have these. But yeah, right up in that little L, under the naked eye, it's pretty much impossible to see that P. You can almost get it a little bit there under the lighting, but it's definitely something not easy to get from that aspect. So a couple of other key things that are coming up very soon. So it's definitely an exciting time to be buying some stuff from the Perth Mint. They've got a lot of cool releases. This week we're now starting to see the release of the Lunar Snake for 2025 are already going to get released out of Perth Mint, so we're getting the proof versions coming out first. We've also just had in the last week the 2024 Emu, another great coin, so I've got that and I'll be doing a review of that once I get it. I'll be going to Perth personally to the Perth Mint to actually get that, so I did a bit of a click and collect, something a bit different for me, and I'll go and get it direct from the Perth Mint while I also get all the different types of lunar coins for 2025, and I'll do a whole video on that. I'm going up with Bullion now. They're doing a whole thing up there, so they allowed 50 people to come up, and we're doing a background tour on the actual Perth Mint, which is going to be something quite cool for me to do. So unfortunately I won't be able to film in that tour, but I'm going to learn so much and be able to communicate all those different things that I learned. We get to meet the person that actually makes the coin, so hopefully I can film that, the person that came up with the design. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of details around that. So chuck in the comments below if you want me to ask some questions or things you want me to look out for to try and learn from that experience. Another thing that I'm also going to do is go to the Canberra Mint in about a month or so time. So I'm quite keen. I'm going to try and get some interviews done there. I'm not sure how open they are for interviews for little YouTube channels, but I'll definitely give it a go and see how they go from that aspect. So, but it'll be interesting to see what they think from a coin collecting and also from a bullion and silver content. So we haven't seen the coat of arms come out this year. I'm really hoping they still release that, because that was definitely a good series that I enjoyed from the Canberra Mint, but I haven't seen any communications, and it's definitely quite late now in the year. So like I said, the Perth Mint and even the Royal Mint are now starting to release 2025 coins for their silver content. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out. Now, it'll be interesting to have a look at the Lunar Snake this year. That will be the actual first Lunar that has King Charles on it. So kind of iconic that the year of the snake is the one that they're going to have King Charles on it, where at least the year of the dragon was the Queen. So that just, I don't know if that's a bit of fun or not, but that'll be quite interesting to see how that goes and how many people actually like the Lunar Snake. It's obviously not going to be as big seller compared to the Lunar Dragon. That's obviously the key one that most people want to get, and I certainly have been buying a lot of them over the last year and all the different styles and types. So definitely love that. So as always, make sure you give us a like if you like this video and you like the content I'm creating. I love reading the messages, and I get back to everyone on the messages that they put in the comments. So I always like reading the comments that people have. And make sure, if you've not yet subscribed to Dan the Collecting Man, like I said, there's some really good, exciting things coming up. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of footage around the Perth Mint, so I'll be trying to show as much as I can for the bits that I'm allowed to film. I'll be showing that, so that'll be really cool. And I'm going to bring some of all my Perth Mint coins for 2024 and film some kind of stuff around the actual mint itself. So thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'll catch you in my next video. Dan.